Now for eyeliner underneath, you can definitely do it. I'm not a fan of doing heavy, especially for more natural on camera. So what I'll do is the same technique. Just go ahead and look up. Make sure their mascara is dry before you have them look up sometimes because it can get mascara residue in their lids. But basically I'm just going to go on her lash line and I'm just going to dot it. Put some more color on my brush. So just dotting it on the lash line. Really natural. Some people like to line their, inner rims with color. That's fine, but for natural on camera, I just kind of like to do just a little bit. So again, dotting on the lash line. Okay, and her eyes are done. I mean, there's more steps you could do. You could put a highlight under here, but this is just your basic beauty. And these steps of the color on the lid and the crease can be interchanged with any color. You could do a smoky gray on the bottom and a black in the crease if you want more of a nighttime. You could do a matte beige and a purple in the crease, any combination. For brows, Mary Beth doesn't need them colored in, but you could just use a pencil. Okay, sorry about that. So for brows, you could color them in using an angled liner brush and a little powder, a little brown or red or whatever color hair there is they have, and just kind of sweep it. You don't want it to be really natural, but I'm not going to fill in her brows. I'm just going to use the clear brow set, which is what I used for the guys, using a clean mascara wand and just kind of grooming them. But again, if you did want to color them in, you would just use a new angled liner brush with a little powder and just kind of go in the motions with that. Okay, so for skin, I'm going to start with the concealer for under the eye. Again, like I said in the men's video, you want to use a warm undertone for under the eye to neutralize the cool undertone in the purple or bluish tones that are in under eye circles. Not that Mary Beth has any. So just have them look up. If they do get a little flinchy, have them pick a spot on the ceiling. Typically for under eye concealer, I won't use an extremely thick one. I'll save that stuff for spots or any other areas that need to be covered. You don't want to use something too thick under the eye because it could kind of crease together and clump, and people don't usually need that much coverage under the eye. Okay, then I'm going to move on to foundation. I'm going to use the same cream that I used on Jeff. You could use liquid, you could just use powder, you could use a little bit more sheer of a cream. It's just up to you. Again, if you guys want recommendations for colors and brands, let me know. Using a sponge, you could also use a foundation brush, something that looks like this. Sponges typically give you they don't put a lot of color on the skin, so it's good if you just want kind of a sheer coat. So this is, again, just to take out the red, to neutralize the skin tone. You don't want to make it seem like they're wearing a mask. Getting in all the crevices. Okay, then I'm going to use my translucent powder. Same one I use on Jeff. It is translucent. Some of them do come like medium dark, dark. Some of them do come with more color, but just any translucent powder is fine. You don't need to keep putting color, especially when you're going to powder them, in between takes. You don't want to be putting more color on, so it's best to use a translucent powder, just basically to take away shine and matte down the skin. Less is more. And remember, for HD, what you see is what you get. You do want to make sure, go ahead and look up at the ceiling. You want to powder the concealer under the eyes so it doesn't look shiny. Okay, blush. You could use a bronzer in the same kind of 3 method that I used with Jeff, but you just want it to look natural. So what I'm going to do is sometimes you can just have them smile a little bit, and just put on the apples of the cheeks. None of that like 80s up to the hairline down, up to the hairline down. Really natural, just like they had a little flush of color. So just a little bit up, apples of the cheeks. Okay, don't smile. Okay, and for lips. If they like gloss, if they want a red color, it's just, you know, one doesn't look better than the other. Gloss looks fine on camera. Again, I try to keep it pretty natural. Sometimes I use a lip liner, sometimes I don't. You know, there's no right or wrong with this, especially if you're crunched for time. I don't usually use a lip liner. So I'm just grabbing my lip brush, and I'm going to use just kind of a neutral pink. Blend some colors. And then I usually put a gloss over that. This one's just a little bit of a pinky peach. And sometimes I beg actors and actresses and anchors to use a straw when they drink, so I don't have to keep on asking or keep on reapplying their lipstick. And Mary Beth is camera ready, so you can see everything's pretty natural. Again, you could go more glam if you wanted to. You could put more eyeliner underneath. You could put a darker lip color. But this is pretty basic. Her skin looks really even. It doesn't look like she's wearing a lot of foundation. She's matte, so the lights won't make her look shiny. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for being great listeners, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.